All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is, let me think about it. I think I'm going to come in and do some metallics on the edges and in other places. So what I love to use are Inka Gold, Inka, I-N-K-A Gold, and gold doesn't mean it's the color, it's just the type. Inka Gold, I call it a paste, a metallic paste. Now mine are hard like rocks now because I live in a dry climate. I'm gonna, at this point, I take all the tops off of these guys and let them sit around. I'm gonna put some water in there. I probably am also going to use some distress stains, and my favorite distress stain is Wild Honey. Now, when I first started doing mixed media, I tried to get away from using these brands because I kind of like to see if I can do it myself. And I thought, well, this is so expensive for this little bottle. But I'm telling you, I tried other stuff. And like I can make my own Mod Podge, but this I haven't found a substitute for this particular one. This is a beautiful honey colored. It just makes things look aged without making them look dirty. I don't like that dirty look. I don't like the super dirty, steampunk look. It's just not my style. It's not what sells for me. It's not what's in my heart. And this takes it right to the edge but doesn't jump over. And so I love that one. And then I have other distress stains too, different colors. I may or may not use those. I don't know. I'm going to put them right over here so they're within arm's reach. But right now I'm going to take a nice big brush that's very juicy, and I'm gonna just put some water to reactivate these. Now when you buy these fresh, they're really wet, like icing, but mine are dry, and I'm gonna tell you, they're worth every penny and they last a really long time. And I use them on everything, even on really, really big pieces. I will use a ton of this stuff. So it's worth the money. I think I wanna get an orange one, though. I'm gonna put that on my want list. So let me show you a couple of things, what they do. So if you apply it with a brush, like if I apply this with a brush to this heart, it's gonna go in the crevices. And that's not really what I want with this. I want it to be on the surface. So I prefer to apply it with a finger. So I'm gonna put my heart just here for now so I can kind of connect colors. I am going to put some red in there, and now the thing, let me tell you, this is an important thing to know. When you use this oil pastel, it reactivates when you put something else on top of it. And of course paint doesn't. Paint is on there. You can put water on top of paint, it's not going to move around. But this oil pastel reactivates when you put water on it, so you might end up with mud. So if you're not careful, you might want to wait to the end to use this, or just if you're just starting out not using this to dirty things, use something else, because this one's very volatile. It moves around a lot. So I have to be really careful. Now my finger is black because I used it on the edge there. So I just need to be careful, keep things clean. I think I'm probably going to use a brush so I can clean it a lot. There, that's a cleaner look to me. And I'm not sure I want that much red on there. It's kind of not what I'm going for in this particular painting. There, that's better. But I have to tell you, since I have red on here, I want it to be somewhere else in the painting because we want the eye to move through the painting. I want different parts of the painting to talk to each other, and it doesn't have to be a lot of red. But do you see how I put just a little bit on here and it instantly connects these two pieces? This piece and this piece, it connects them visually. And I mean, you might think I'm going to put one up here, but that's kind of, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to come with a little bit of red right there. And it can just be so transparent but be moving through the painting. So look, my eye moves like this, and when I get to the leaves, I mean the wings, I may add a little bit right there as well. I'm not there yet. Okay, I'm gonna, I put a lot of gold in stuff, just have to tell you. This is so transparent and lovely. Sometimes my whole I might do a 3x4 painting, 3 feet by 4 feet painting, and the whole thing is covered in this gold because I just love it so much. It's transparent. You don't really look at it and go, oh, it's gold colored, but you look at it and you say it's golden and it shines, and I just love that. Now this also moves with water, so I can't come and do something really juicy on top of it, but it's not, it doesn't move as much as that black stuff. That black stuff is ready to travel. That's the oil pastel. It wants to move around really bad. Okay, now the coolest thing, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna get, I think I'm gonna use a green a little bit. I love the green and the blue together, and so there's not a lot of black in here to move around. So I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna do some green, and I'm gonna go right into that blue, and I love how those look together. Oh, it's so nice. Now someone's not gonna look at this heart and say it was a red, green, and blue heart. They're gonna just see a metallic look to it. So you can, someone might say, I want a blue and green painting, and I could sell this painting to someone who wants a blue and green painting, even though it has a bunch of other colors in it. Because the dominant colors, remember we started gel plating with those greens and blues, so we put that first layer on there, and that's what it's staying that way. This stuff, once it's varnished, it kind of quiets down. So it seems shiny now, doesn't it? It seems really shiny. And I've turned my light off, it wouldn't be so shiny, but that's not going to be so dominant. It's going to be there, but once I varnish it, the varnish is what's shiny, and this is just this kind of subtle sheen underneath, and I love that. So I'm going to take a peek at the original. I have it here in my iPad, and the original actually right now is at the airport in Colorado Springs in a show, and it is a really big painting. This one's like a 1/10 of the size. Okay. Yeah, looks like I have some oranges in there, so let me wait until that dries, and then I'm going to come in and I'm going to do some of this beautiful honey stain. This is dry enough for me to come in, and I'm going to go ahead and, oh, I need to use my finger, because what I don't want to do is I don't want to paint under the wings. I just want to paint the wings, because if I use a brush and come in with this gold and do it on the wings, it's going to go in between the things that are higher up, and it's going to be a blob of gold. So what I need to do is I need to clean my finger again. I need to pick up some wet paste. This is pretty wet. You can't see it, but it's pretty wet. And I'm just going to go over the surface of this wing. It's not dry yet, but it's not going to hurt it. So I'm going to go over the surface like that. Now, if I wanted these wings to stand out even more visually, this is a very subtle painting, but if I wanted these wings to really scream and be really bright, I would have started with some dark paper underneath, put the wings on with the stencil and stuff, and then I would have done a gold on top, because there again is contrast. It would be dark underneath, like a purple or a black even underneath, and then a lighter color on top is that contrast. But I want these wings, they're not the real story. They're kind of just accenting the story. They're not the main plot. I want them to be very subtle, and even when you look at this painting, at first you don't see the wings. And then when I actually hear people go, oh, and it has wings. They'll say, look at this heart painting, and they'll look at it and they go, oh, it has wings. And so I love that. It's kind of a secret, and that it's kind of, it makes it mysterious and a little otherworldly, heavenly. And I love that. And I'm going to go ahead and put some of this gold hither and thither. Mostly thither. I wonder what thither means. I hope I'm not saying something inappropriate. Hither and thither. All right, there's that gold. I love it. One time I had a really big piece, and I took it into my dining room, and I was painting in the dining room, and somehow this one, a chunk of it fell off, and I stepped on it, and I was walking through the house with this red stuff on my tan carpet. I was scrubbing my floor the rest of the night, so you might want to just make sure this stays in here. But it was I get to tell a story now, right? Alrighty, there, we're getting that done. I still feel like these blacks are too bright, so I'm gonna come in with some, yep, see, I got a bunch of red there. The red is like, oh my gosh, it's like putting pepper, just putting a little bit of cayenne pepper in your soup or your stew. You know, there's no such thing as a little bit of cayenne pepper. It's pretty wild. Let's see, as an experiment, if I can take that off of there. I won't be really sad if I can't, but let's just see what happens so you know how to work with this if you've never worked with it. It came right off of there, didn't it? I'm liking that. So what I'm gonna do is I still feel like these black circles are too strong for me. So I'm gonna get some of that pearl stuff. Remember I said it was really translucent, and I'm coming with a clean brush, and I'm gonna quietly just say shh. That's what I'm saying to this black. Shh, you're a little too loud, like me, a little too loud. Oh yeah, I'm liking that. Now my paintbrush turned pink, and because I've got all this, and it turned gray because I've got all that. So at this point you have to be a little more careful about what you're doing, because you have stuff here that's kind of volatile that wants to move all over the room, and you want to kind of keep it in one place. Okay. There, how to quiet that down. All right, so I'm happy with that. Let me look at the one online. Yep, I'm liking it. I'm gonna add this when things dry a little bit. And I think I'm done with these for now. I always say I'm done with these, and I put them away, and then I have to get them out in a few minutes, so I won't put them too far.